All right, Sam, I guess with such an unprecedented offseason, how was the offseason for you?
Yeah, it was different. Definitely, I think different's a good word to describe it. It was, just having virtual meetings and stuff during, I guess, when OTAs would be going on, was weird. I think we all just had to adapt to it. It was going, working out, throwing when I could, trying to stay on the same schedule though. If I was throwing, I was just trying to stay on, a normal OTA schedule and just trying to stay on track. I didn't want to throw too much too early. And then, the last few weeks when I was back at home, I was trying to ramp it up a little bit going into training camp, trying to get my arm into shape. So, again, just tried to adapt to things, but it was definitely a little bit different.
Like you said, you were going into training camp. What's these last 5 days been like for you? I mean, how weird has it been? Has it been frustrating because you're there and you want to be able to do it, or it's a little scary because you don't know the unknowns?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of both, right? I think, it is scary in the sense that, like, you don't really know much. I'm just going in getting tested. I know everyone in the building's tested negative, which is a good thing. But I think for me, it's just following protocol, and it goes for everyone else, coaches, equipment staff, just really everyone in the building, players. Everyone's got to follow the protocols. And if they do that and try to stay away from as many people as possible outside of the building, then I think everything will be okay and we won't have anything to worry about.
Did you ever think about opting out? Because a lot of guys are opting out because they were worried about family and stuff.
Right. Different guys have different situations, so I can't speak on, kind of what the guys or, certain reasons why guys would be opting out. But for me, I live alone in an apartment in Jersey, so I really have no reason to opt out. And, I'm really optimistic about getting the season going and training camp going and all those things. So, yeah, I'm excited to kind of be back. And, I think tomorrow is our first day of really for the early report guys to start strength conditioning and maybe throw the ball around a little bit. So, I'm just excited. And like I said, optimistic about getting this thing going.
Now, Joe Douglas did a lot of rehauling that O-line for you this offseason. How excited are you to work with these O-linemen, but how hard is it going to be to build that chemistry with those guys up front?
Yeah, I'm very excited to start working with the new guys that we got and some of the guys who have been here as well. I know the guys in the O-line room who have been in this system who were here last year again are already helping the new guys a ton. So I'm looking forward to it and, just really excited to get things going, like I said, and, just pumped about, the new guys who have been in here. They've been great so far. They've been amazing. So I'm just looking forward to getting to work with them.
Do you do a lot of Zoom, FaceTime with a lot of these guys?
I mean, nothing much more outside of, the things that we had to do in the off season.
Mm-hmm.
With the skill guys, it was a little bit different in terms of, just getting things rolling, in terms of learning the concepts and kind of timing. Now we did do some Zoom stuff, with the O-line in terms of like cadence and, stuff like that. And then, I would FaceTime guys every now and then outside, but, really for the most part, it was just kind of staying home and, FaceTiming guys every now and then, but, everyone's kind of just doing their own thing up to this point. And, I know we're all excited. I feel like that, even being away for so long, it kind of makes you that much more excited to get
Mm-hmm.
after it and then see your teammates again.
Obviously, it's completely different mono and COVID-19, but were you able to take something away from that mono that helped you during this quarantine time? Because you had to be away from your team with mono
Right.
and you had to figure out what to do away from football.
Yeah. Glad you brought it up.
I'm sorry, I
It
know.
was, no, I'm joking. No, I think I can definitely, I definitely took some things away from when I was sick early on in the season last year with mono and, kind of having to stay away from people. I guess I was
Uh-huh.
quarantined for a few weeks there because I was contagious. And, so yeah, I mean, I was kind of used to it already, but, the quarantine, it was kind of, yeah, I guess I got a head start on everyone, I guess you could say. But, no, I did learn a few things and kind of how to, staying in an apartment by myself for a few weeks, I got used to that. And I guess I did take some things away, but there are a lot of differences as well with COVID-19 and
Yeah.
mono. So, but again, just trying to do my best to stay socially distant outside the building and in the building as well, and just do all the right things that we have to do to stay safe.
All right, I promise I won't bring up mono again. I promise. Are you excited, or not necessarily excited, but is it a weird feeling knowing that there's not going to be fans in the stadium? I mean, how as a quarterback, there'll be no fans?
Yeah, it will be a little bit different. It will be a lot different, I think, especially for our fans and how much of an impact they have on the games. You know, even just, some touchdowns, like if a team is up by 3 points and it's late in the game and we score a touchdown and the fans are going nuts, and, that's a huge momentum swing. And, without the fans being there, if, we score a touchdown and now we're up 4 with, 2 minutes left in the game, and the crowd's not going, there's no crowd to like go crazy or anything. I don't know if they're going to substitute crowd noise in or whatever the MLB has been doing, or NBA as well. But I don't know. I think it's just going to be a thing that everyone's going to have to adapt to when we get out there. And, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot different without the fans.
What is it not having preseason games? How will that affect you and your team, especially with the new guys?
Yeah, no preseason games will be, for me, obviously, and for everyone else, it'll be different. It's sometimes, for lack of a better word, it could kind of suck for guys who are on the bubble and don't necessarily get that chance to, show everything they got in the preseason. And, we're going to have to cut the roster down eventually. And, for some guys, they might not get that opportunity they usually would with the 4 preseason games. So it does suck from that standpoint. But for me, it's just, I got to stay ready. And, once we kick things off, it's going to be for real. And, usually you do have 3 games, usually as a starter, to be able to get ready and kind of feel the same way as like a usual game. But from not having preseason games, it's definitely going to be just hopping right back into the fire. But, I think everyone's excited about it. And again, and this has kind of been the theme here, it's like we just got to adapt to everything that comes our way, because I feel like even as the season goes on, there's going to be new rules that pop up and new protocols. So everyone's just going to have to follow the rules and make sure, again, like I said, we're staying safe and doing all the right things.
How did you find out, Sam, that Jamal Adams was traded?
I actually found out because I was in the middle of a workout back at home. And, I just found out on my phone, and my friends were kind of texting me about it, and just found out through that.
Obviously Adam called it a win-win for both sides. Jamal's happy. You guys, got the picks and stuff. Adam also said that, he's seen a different Sam Darnold. You're more prepared, you're more of a leader, you're more, confident. Do you notice that in yourself? Do you see it?
I guess I do. I think for me, it's just, I don't know. I guess I'm just getting, every year I live in the same, place, and, I go to practice, I go in the facility and get my workouts in and see the same people every single day. You just get more and more comfortable every single year. And for me, it's, I think I'm just getting to know people more, and I'm able to speak up a little bit more, but I haven't changed. I think that, I'm just starting to get more and more comfortable every single year. I'm in the system and in the same building. So I'm just going to continue to grow and be myself throughout this entire process and throughout my entire career.
What's the biggest difference you've noticed in yourself going into year 3, going in the second year of Adam Gase's, offense?
Yeah, I think just more confident with the system, the offense. I think just being confident enough to be able to talk to some of the guys who haven't been in the system before and really go into detail about it. I just feel really confident with everything, and I'm excited to see what year 2 in the system brings.
All right, my last question. It's kind of a little crazy one, all right? Besides working out and doing film and anything football related, what has been your favorite quarantine activity?
Um, for me, it's got to be going to the beach, right? I
Oh,
mean, I've grown up by the beach, and I'm thankful to still live there in the off season, and I was able to go to the beach a ton. It's not really showing though. I'm not super tan, but
put that
uh,
sunscreen on.
I know, right? Yeah. No, I was able to just kind of get out, go to the beach, and hang out with friends a ton and family. So um, it was a good time. And yeah, there's a lot to do in Southern California, but definitely going to the beach is my favorite thing for sure.
No binge watching TV, no shows or anything?
Yeah, I mean, you got all the shows on Netflix. Last Dance was awesome with MJ, because I didn't grow up in that, um, in that era. So it was cool for me to kind of see MJ and, the stories that were told about him, and even that Celtics series. I mean, I'm not sure if you watched it, but
Oh, I watched it.
yeah. So even that, early in his career when, his team wasn't necessarily as good as they were later on. I mean, that series that he had against the Celtics, I think in his like third year or so,
Mm-hmm.
was incredible. I had no idea about it. I just knew about the championships and how good he was, and how many points per game he scored. So it was cool to learn about different things like that, and just how special he was from a mentality standpoint.
All right, after that, who's better, LeBron or Michael?
Put me on. Um,
Different errors, I know. You can't really
yeah,
compare. That's what I always say.
for sure. I grew up a Kobe fan too. I grew up in
Oh,
Southern California. Grew up a Lakers fan. So, and I knew Kobe, looked up to MJ a ton. So I'm gonna have to go MJ on that one.